Everybody. Hi everyone. Mic check. Mic check. Everyone, can you listen to me? Am I audible? Yes, sir. Very good. Aditya is here. Okay. How many students? Aditya and I want to see the participants here. Aditya, Ananya, Asiya, Gauriji, Pranjal, Ravina. Very good. How are you? Sorry, last day I couldn't take class because of some technical issues. I'm so sorry. One day wasted, huh? Don't tell me that it is a waste, sir. We have used it. Very good. If you have used it, then super. I'm sure that my students, they don't waste time. Correct. एक second. Just sharing the screen here. Good evening. Hi, everyone. 10 participants here. You know that we are going to study something which is very interesting today. We are going to discuss about something which is very, very, very interesting one. Okay. Hi, Gauri. Good evening. Students, good students, very, very sweet students. ऐसे विरजा हाँ वेट कहाँ गया अरे पब्लिक डेट मैनेजमेंट ये सब हुआ है ना दिस इज डन दिस इज ऑल्सो डन वी जस्ट हैव टू सी द फिस्कल पॉलिसी में वी जस्ट हैव टू सी व्हाट आर द लिमिटेशंस करेक्ट money market nahi this limitations are pending limitations of fiscal policy is pending before that we have discussed about the fiscal policy the kinds of fiscal policies that we have seen in case of the reduction sorry in case of recessionary fiscal policy and expansionary fiscal policy contractionary and expansionary fiscal policy correct that's these are the things that we have seen already okay and budget. So the what are the types of the fiscal policies or what are the tools of the fiscal policies, the instruments of fiscal policy that we have also seen. Okay, sir. Next, we have to see now what are the limitations of fiscal policy. Some points which are pending here, we will finish it off and we will go to a brand new chapter, very, very interesting chapter. Okay. So here, limitations of fiscal policy, we have seen. Here, a second. Just place it near to me. Okay. We have seen above that the fiscal policy is the conscious manipulation of government spending. Manipulation of government spending, that they keep manipulating the spending and taxes to influence the economy. What is influencing the economy? They try to influence the economy. That influencing in the sense they try to bring some changes in the economy. However, there are some significant limitations in respect of the choices and implementation of the fiscal policy. There are some the limitations in respect of the choice and implementation of the fiscal policy. Uh, what are the limitations here? One of the biggest problems with using the planned fiscal policy is to counteract fluctuations. It is fluctuations. Correct. Yeah. Fluctuations in different types of lags. So there are some lags. Okay. I'll tell you with some example, I'll tell you what is the meaning of lag. Lag means there is some time gap. Okay. For example, if this is the tap, okay, if this is tap, I mean tap nahi, pipeline, and this is 1 kilometer. This is the distance of this pipeline is 1 kilometer. Now, if I put water here, Papa, if I put water here, this is the tap. If I put water here, don't you think it will take some time to come till here? 1 kilometer ka pipeline it is. If I put some water, it has to fill here, and from here it has to go. Minimum 10 minutes it will take. It will take minimum 10 minutes. So this is called as lag. This is called as lag. The one who is sitting here, he will call this guy. There is no lag in calling. Correct? No. This guy will call to this guy, the one who is near the tap, to switch on the tap. And he will switch on. This guy will wait for 1 minute or 2 minutes. And he says that, Arey nahi yaar, pani nahi aa raha hai. You just switch off that, turn off the tap. You just turn off the tap. And this guy will turn off the tap. And after 3 minutes, he sees some water here. And he will call again, Arey, ab pani aa raha hai. So now the water is coming. So what you are doing there? Don't switch it on. And he will like, okay, मैंने off कर दिया होगा, and he will switch it on again. Like this. There is problem here. Lag wala problem. Now think, I am writing here. Can you see that? See? Now I'll write here. I'll write Trisha. Trisha classes. Trisha classes. Can you see that? ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? There was a lag, no? So I wrote, but here it appeared little late. So that is lag. See what happens, no? What I say and what you see, if it is that is not matching, then there is lag that will disturb you. Same way, there are many kinds of lag which are there in the implementation. So there are significant lags. There are some significant lags, namely recognition lag, decision lag, implementation lag, impact lag. So there are 4 important types of lags here. Decision lag. What is the meaning of, recognition lag? So you have to recognize where we need to do the improvement. That is recognition lag. There is difficulty in collecting the accurate and timely data. There is difficulty in collecting accurate and timely data. So we cannot see, I will tell it to my subordinate. So he has to collect it. There might be some time gap. There is no exact real time collection of the data, timely data. There may be delay on the part of the government to recognize the need for a policy change. There might be a delay on part of the government to recognize the need. So where is the need for policy change? We have to see, no, where is the need for policy change? So that we are not able to recognize. Okay. Government is not recognizing that, that is recognition lag. Next one is decision lag. What is decision lag? Once they recognize, no, once the need for intervention is recognized, the government has to evaluate the possible alternative policies. What are the alternative policies available? So alternative, evaluate that. What are the possible alternative policies that are available? Delays are likely to occur to make a decision on the most appropriate policy. So delay will definitely occur. Likely to occur to make a decision on the most appropriate policies. There are some most appropriate policies here. Obviously, that decision delay will happen. So delay are likely to occur. Again, wait. So most appropriate policy. We have to find out no, which is the most appropriate policy. Next one, implementation lag. Okay, finally we did decide. We did decide that when a recognition at the same time decision, we did decide possible alternatives. There are many alternatives for one business. Now we did find out which is the alternative. That is decision to kar diya. Now we have to implement. No, even when appropriate policy measures are decided on, there are possible delays in bringing in the legislation. Why there is bringing the legislation? Because parliament may, it has to be approved in the parliament, and there will be a lag, implementation lag. People don't agree easily. The parliaments may, the politicians, they don't agree easily. There shall be implementation lag also. Okay, bringing the legislation and implementing them on account of bureaucracy. This is specially so under the democratic setup. This is very special, which happens in democratic setup. That means you need to take the voting of everyone. Obviously, sometimes you will get the majority, sometimes you don't get the majority. Correct. So that is implementation lag. Finally, you did implement. There is impact lag. For example, if you put the now tax policy today, think you have put the tax policy in today, that is this year ke liye. When you see the impact, the tax will be more in next year, no? So the government will receive more tax next year. The impact is next year. So impact lag occurs when the outcome of a policy are not visible for some time. You cannot see the outcome right now. I told you in the example. Which example? That tap wala example. You cannot see the outcome immediately, so that you think that it is not working. When you see the outcome, that is too late. That is impact lag. So fiscal policy, fiscal policy changes may at times be badly timed due to the various lags, so that it is highly possible that an expansionary policy is initiated when the economy is already on path of recovery and vice versa. So we take expansionary policies when already the economy is growing, or we take recessionary policy when already the economy is into recession. Correct? No. So this is the problem here. So fiscal policy may at times badly timed due to the various lags, so that it is highly possible that an expansionary policy is initiated when the economy is already on the path of recovery and vice versa. There are difficulties in instantly changing the government spending. There are difficulties in instantly changing government spending and taxation policies. Correct. There are difficulties in instantly changing government spending. The government spending changes every now and then. So there is the one difficulty. And taxation policies also changes, but the impact, we see the impact after some time. So it will take some lag here. Correct. Yes. So this is about this point. And later, if you see that it is practically difficult to reduce the government spending on various items such as defense and social security, as well as on huge capital projects which are already midway. So difficulty to reduce the government spending already midway. See, for example, now you remember about Pumpwell flyover in Mangalore. 10 years, it took 10 years. What happens to the reputation of the government? 10 years. Correct. No? Already The spending on various items such as defense and social security, as well as on the huge capital projects which are already midway. Next one, public works cannot be adjusted easily along with the movements of the trade cycle because many huge projects such as highways and dams have long gestation period. So you cannot adjust your plans easily the movement of the trade cycle because the trade cycle you cannot adjust easily, Baba. Why? Because it has the long gestation period. Highways and dams, no, it will take too much of time to get adjusted. The public works cannot be adjusted easily. So it is very difficult and it will create some political problems also. Next one. See, demand is increasing, sir, but supply is not increasing. Ab kya hoga? There is increase in demand, but supply is not increasing. Supply side economists are of the opinion that certain fiscal measures will cause disincentives. So some things will cause disincentives. For example, the tax. Okay. The tax, if you go on increasing the tax, kya hoga? What happens if you go on increasing the tax? This will discourage the businessmen. This will discourage the businessmen in doing the in doing the investments and making the profit. For example, increase in the profit tax may adversely affect the incentive of the firms to invest, and an increase in the social security benefits may adversely affect incentives to work and save. Obviously, that it will not encourage us. Think the tax rate is more on my business. It will definitely not encourage me. Correct. So that's why this is one biggest disadvantage of increasing the tax. Deficit financing increases the purchasing power of the people. Deficit financing that will increase the purchasing power of the people. So deficit financing, that means government starts spending more. Correct. Deficit financing that we have seen. Deficit financing, that means government will start spending more. The production of the goods and services, especially in the underdeveloped countries, may not catch up. They want to spend. Now, who these guys, no, the one who got the money, they want to spend, but they are not getting where to spend. They are not getting the required goods. This will lead to demand push inflation. It will lead to inflation. See, I'll tell you, I go on giving you the money. You have money. What do you do with the money? You start purchasing, no? You start purchasing the product. If you start purchasing the product, if I go on giving you the money, and if you start purchasing the product, that means you are increasing the demand. Now, if you started purchasing the product, but there is no products here, there is no, you have the demand, but there is no supply. Ab kya hoga? Demand is there, sir. There is no supply. That leads to inflation. Remember chapter number 4, unit number 2. Supply is not there, sir. This is supply. Supply is not increasing from demand here to here. So this was original demand. This was original price. This is revised price. Correct. So this price has increased. No. Again, I'll show you again. Listen. Which curve is this? Supply curve. Which curve is this? Demand curve. Demand and supply curve. What is this now? This point, equilibrium point. What is this price now? Equilibrium price. What happens if demand increases, supply not increasing? What is this? New equilibrium price. What is this? New equilibrium price. P1, what has happened to P1? Price has increased. It will lead to demand increases, sir, but supply is not increasing. It leads to inflation. Okay. Yes, sir. Okay, here. This will result in the prices spiraling beyond the control. Increase in government borrowing creates perpetual burden on even future generation as debts have to be repaid. If the economy lags behind in the productive utilization of the borrowed money, sufficient surpluses will not be generated for servicing the debts. So successive generation, no, that it is not, see, if there is more and more of debt which has happened, See the burden, government went on borrowing. The burden of the government increased. So now India as a whole, we have to pay someone. We all have to work hard to pay someone. Newborn baby also has debt nowadays. So next generate, uh, the economy lags behind. See, next generation, future generations go, the debts have to be repaid. They have to repay the debts. That will increase. Obviously, that will increase. So this should not happen. Correct. Because of increased borrowings. If the government compete with the private sector to borrow the money for spending, it is likely that interest rate will go up and firms' willingness to invest may be reduced. Individuals too may be reluctant to borrow and spend, and the desired increase in the aggregate demand may not be realized. Correct? No, reluctant to borrow. See, the government competes with the private sector to borrow. You remember something called as crowding out? Here. It is given here. Crowding out. What is crowding out? Government went on taking more and more of money. Listen to me carefully. Government went on taking more and more loan from the banks. Now this private sector, no, they went outside. They crowding out. Why it is crowding out? Because the private sector could not compete with them because of more loan by the bank. Because of more what because of more loan which is taken by the government from the bank, there is shortage of money in the bank. There is shortage of money in the bank. The limited resources के लिए what they do now, banks, they will put high interest. Private sector, they cannot pay that. So there will be many private sector which will leave the market. They don't want that loan. So they stop taking the loan. This is called as crowding out. This is crowding out. है ना? This is crowding out. So that is about the chapter number 7, unit number, last unit it is. The chapter 7 ka last unit. I'll give you 2 minutes, go through all these points, some points, and I'll be back with the new chapter. If you have some doubts, you can ask. Welcome back. Any questions? Shoot. The chapter we are going to discuss after this, it is an interesting one, very interesting chapter. There are some calculations also. I believe that you gonna love this chapter. Chapter 8, money market, something related to money that we are discussing in this chapter. Okay, wait. I think this unit is pending, no? 9. क्या करें? We finish 9 and go to chapter 8, or first we do chapter 8 and lastly we go to unit number 5, which is very small chapter. It is small unit. It is. We can finish it today. Anything is fine in your case? You say that anything is fine, sir. Is it? So shall we finish this off? Unit number 5. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Someone say yes, or at least say no. Is it? Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Abhilash, Snehal, Aditya, Trisha, Pranjal, everyone says yes. So we will do one thing so that chapter 9, unit number 5, which was pending now, we'll finish it off. And later we will go to chapter number 8. Chapter number 8, which is interesting one. All the chapters are interesting except 10. Chapter 10, Indian economy. Except chapter 10, Indian economy. All others are interesting. Chapter 10, Indian economy, we will study only those things which are very important one, important concepts. We're not discussing everything there. Why? Because it is something related to, what do we say? Wait, it is something related to the memory, kind of memory things. That's why we are not giving too much importance on chapter 10. But chapter 9, which is almost done, one unit is pending. Chapter 8 is interesting one. We will finish that. Chapter 10 also we are doing. Don't worry, we will do chapter 10. So that we will do, not to worry. Okay. International capital movements. International capital movements. In unit 1, our focus was on international trade. International trade in goods and services. So in unit 1, our focus was on international trade in goods and services. That is, what are the theories which are there in international trade. Lately, we have observed enormous. So sorry. I'm so sorry. Yes, I'm so sorry. Huh. So lately, we have observed enormous increase in the international movement of the capital. This phenomenon has received a great deal of attention not only from economists and policymakers but also from the people in different walks of the life, including workers, organization, and members of the civil society. See, in Unit 1, what we have seen is that only what? Only the supply of goods and services between the countries. But international capital is also moving. See, if I want to purchase something, I have to pay. If they want to purchase something from me, then they have to pay me. Like this, international movement of the capital is also important in this unit. We shall look into the international capital movements more precisely. Why do capital move across national boundaries, and what are the consequences of such capital movements? We shall also briefly touch upon the FDI situations in India. So what we are saying in this chapter, especially in this unit, we will see that what are the capital movements which is happening in India, what are the reasons for it, what are the consequences of that, and what are the limitations. What are the FDI situations in India? What has happened in India? That is also we are saying. Don't worry, it is not a boring what? It's not a boring unit like other units of chapter number 9. It's not a boring unit. It is an interesting unit. Okay. Types of foreign capital. So the term foreign capital is comprehensive one and includes any inflow of capital into home country from abroad, and therefore we need to be clear about the distinction between the movement of the capital and foreign investment. See, movement. Foreign capital includes anything. Money is coming inside, that is foreign capital. So movement is different from investment. Investment is different, movement is different. So money coming inside and went outside, sir. That is movement. Money came inside and they invested on the business. That is, what is this? This is nothing but investment. So foreign capital may flow in an economy in different ways. Some of the important components of foreign capital flows are, first one, foreign aid or assistance, which may be. So first we will get the foreign aid or assistance, which can be bilateral or direct intergovernment grants. Bilateral, that means it can be from, uh, you know, this country giving resource to other country, loan to assistance to other country giving assistance to this country, bilateral or direct intergovernment grants. The governments of other country also gives loans to our country. Multilateral aid from many governments who pool funds with international organization like the World Bank. Sir, what World Bank does, it will take money from, okay, it will take money from many countries, and there is one reserve here. This reserve say they will give loan. They will give loan to some of the governments. So this is called as the grant by multilateral aid. Many countries put their money into one bank, World Bank, and World Bank will give the loan to others. Next one, tied aid with strict mandates regarding the use of money, or untied aid where there are no such stipulations. See, you have already heard what is the meaning of stipulations in conditions and warranties. Correct? No. Conditions and warranties in your law. Conditions and warranties. Stipulations are nothing but conditions. Tied aid. Aid means we know. Aid means help. Tied means there are some stipulations or conditions. Tied aid. With the strict mandates. Mandates means mandatory. Mandatorily you have to do strict mandates regarding the use of money, or untied aid where there are no such stipulations. No such stipulations. There are no such kind of restrictions. That is untied aid. It can be tied or untied. Not tied. Chauk gaye. Not that tied. It is tied. So foreign grant, which are voluntary transfer of resources by the governments, institutions, agencies, or organizations. Foreign grants, which are voluntary transfer. So foreign governments, no, they voluntarily transfer some amount. That is called as foreign grants. Institutions, agencies, or organizations, they voluntarily they can give the money. So it is bilateral, multilateral, tied aid, voluntary grants. These are the four types. And borrowings. So it is not aid here. Till now we did discuss about the aid or help. Help. But this is borrowings which may take different forms such as direct intergovernment loans. Loan. It is not aid. Aid means help, but this is loan. Loan from international institutions like World Bank, IMF, ADB. Here it is not loan. I think I told you loan. No, this is help. This is help. But now World Bank also gives loan to the countries, different countries. That is loans. Soft loans. Example from affiliates of the World Bank. No much restrictions. Soft loans. External commercial borrowing and trade credit facilities. Commercial borrowings, external. Commercial borrowings might also happen. What is commercial borrowings? Not by the government, by the private entrepreneurs. Or trade credit facility. What is trade credit facility? It is I purchase goods from others and I ask for some time. I will pay you. I tell them that I will pay you after some time. Sometime in the sense after, example, 6 months, 7 months, like this. So this is trade credit facility given by other person in another country. Okay. Next one, the deposit from non-resident Indians, NRIs. Our people going to other country, they earn there, they keep their money here. That is their deposit in our country, NRIs. Non-resident Indians, they keep their deposit in the form of one, foreign portfolio investment, FPI, in stocks and securities, and foreign direct investment in industrial, commercial, and similar other enterprises. See, there can be two kinds of movement, especially FDI and FPI. What is FPI? Foreign portfolio. What is portfolio? It is a basket of our investment. That is portfolio. Foreign portfolio investment or foreign direct investment. For what is foreign direct investment? The foreigners are our own people or foreigners. They don't invest in our shares. Instead, they purchase land, building. They start investing in the real assets. That is FDI. See, FPI may they invest in stock, securities, bonds. Correct? No. But in FDI, commercial and similar other enterprises, they will invest in that. A detailed discussion about all types of capital movement is beyond the scope of this unit, and therefore we shall concentrate only on foreign investment. It can be FPI, FDI. So detailed things, it is not required for our examination point of view. We are discussing only those things which are required, especially FDI and FPI. Chalo. Okay, sir. Understood. First one, foreign direct investment. Foreign direct investment. Now, what is foreign direct investment? Foreigners, they directly invest in our country, in the form of fixed assets. Baba, in the form of fixed assets. They directly invest in our country in the form of fixed assets, real assets. They don't invest in the shares. They will invest in the real assets or fixed assets. So, foreign direct investment, according to IMF manual on balance of payments, is all investment involving a long-run relationship and reflecting a lasting interest. So, reflecting a lasting interest. So, that means a big term investment interest should be there, and control of a resident entity in one economy in an enterprises resident in an economy other than that of the direct investors. So one economy is nothing but the government. One country investing on the business of the economy which is other than investing economy. That means other economy. A person from economy invest in another economy, not in the same economy where he resides. This is called as FDI, for lasting interest. What is lasting interest? Lasting interest means for a long relationship. They want to have a long relationship here. Okay. This typically occurs through acquisition of more than 10% of the shares of the target assets. 10% of the shares, more than 10%. See, there is one company, for example, A company. Their total shares is 80,000. 80,000 shares are given by this company. Now there is one more company, B company. B company will take at least 8,000 or more. 10%, more than 10%. Correct? Now what is given here? More than 10%. Example, 11%. They will purchase 8,800 shares are with B. 8,800 shares are more than 10% I is invested in their targeted assets. That targeted nothing but A company. Okay. Typically occurs through the acquisition of more than 10% of the shares of the target assets. Sir, what if it is less than 10%? Then it is FPI, not FDI. It is considered as FPI. Less than 10%, it is FPI. More, less than or equal to. More than 10%, it is FDI. Hope you are getting this. Okay. Direct investment comprises not only the initial transaction establishing the relationship between the investor and the enterprises, but also all subsequent transactions between them and among affiliated enterprises. So it is not just, see, it is not just between the company and one more company. So example, in US, we have one company and there are many associated company. So this is holding company. These are subsidiary and associated company. Now there is one more company in India. This is US border it is. And it is India. Sir, US is near India, sir. Border India, sir. Enta healthy, sir. Think. Huh. Now they are investing. So 3% here, 4% here, 5% here. Done. This company has control over this company now. Bacteria. Example. There is company A, and its associate company B, and here also company C. Company A, company B, and company C. Now this is in US companies. These are US companies. There is India. This is India. And here also there is one company. B company holds 3% share. A company holds 5% share. C company holds 4% share. Who wanna more than 10%? So still, then this company, example D company. D in India is the FDI, foreign direct investment of company A. Company A is the holding, this is subsidiary, this is associate. Putting together, they can hold. It is not required that only holding company has to hold more than 10%. Together, they can hold. Still, it is considered as the FDI, foreign direct investment. According to IMF and OECD definitions, the acquisition of at least 10% of the ordinary shares or voting power in a public or private enterprises by non-resident investors makes it eligible to be categorized as FDI. One person from outside, he is purchasing at least 10% or more of the shares, then it will be considered as FDI. It is. India also follows the same pattern of classifications. FDI has three components: vital assent, equity capital, reinvested earnings, and other direct capital in the form of intra-company loans between the direct investors and affiliate enterprises. So that means India is also following the same procedure to consider one as the FDI, foreign direct investment. Okay. So here, foreign direct investors may be individuals. That means one person, individual person. You know what is individual? Proprietor. That is individual. Proprietor is an individual. Hmm. Proprietor of a business, that person is individual. Incorporated, that means company, company incorporation, company. It can be a individual, it can be a company, or unincorporated private or public enterprises. It can be unincorporated private or public enterprises, associated groups of individuals or enterprises. Associated group of individuals. It's a group of individual or enterprises. Governments or government agencies, estates, trust, or other organizations, or any combination of the above mentioned entities. It can be combination of all these above mentioned entities. Okay. The main forms of direct investments are, see, I told you again, listen, FDI, FDI, the one who is FDI, can be anyone. It can be individual, it can be incorporate, it can be partnership, it can be anything. The main forms of direct investment are the opening of overseas companies. Company itself is opened overseas, sir, for indirect investment, including establishment of subsidiary or branches. I have subsidiary in that country, sir. That is also foreign direct investment. Branch also foreign direct investment. Creation of joint venture on contract basis, joint development of natural resources, and purchase or annexation of the companies in the country receiving the foreign capital. So all these things, joint venture, joint annexation, anything that will be considered as the FDI provided. One thing, it is more than 10% share should be there. The direct investments are real investments in the factories, assets, land, inventories, etc., and involve foreign ownership of production facilities. So it can be factories, asset, land, inventories, etc., and involve the foreign ownership of the production facilities. So the foreign ownership should be there. If I own it, then it is not FDI. I myself own it outside and here also. Outside is FDI, foreign direct investment, but here it is not FDI, here it is my own business. The investor retains control over the use of the invested capital. Example, now there is a foreign guy who is investing in India. This business is his business. This guy is the FDI, the one who has invested. Okay, this guy is the one who has invested foreign ownership or production facility, and he has complete control. He has complete control over the business, over the use of the invested capital, and also seeks the power to exercise control over the decision making to the extent of its equity participation. The lasting interest implies the existence of the long-term relationship between the direct investors and the enterprises, and a significant degree of influence by the investor on the management of the enterprises. So, very important one is the foreign direct investment. The one who makes FDI, he should have a proper or the highest control or a very good control over the enterprise. जा रहा है? Understanding this? Yes. So this is important point here. So what is FDI? Hello, what is FDI? A person outside India. The person can be anyone, individual, proprietor, company, or anyone. The person outside India investing inside India. That is FDI. But more than 10% of the shares or more than 10% of the ownership. And it can be, I mean, most of the time it will be physical assets. He will invest on physical assets. He wished to have control over the business. He wished to have control over this business. Okay. Now, based on the nature of foreign investment, FDI may be categorized as horizontal, vertical, or conglomerate. I'll tell you. What is horizontal? Horizontal, sir. Wait. Listen. I'll tell you what is horizontal. Now, for example, Tata. Tata Group, no? This is Tata Group. They purchased Jaguar Land Rover, JLR, Jaguar. This is both are in same companies, car manufacturing. They both are car manufacturing. This is called as horizontal. Horizontal. Now, what is vertical integration? I'll tell you. What is vertical? In case of vertical integration, car manufacturer, in case of vertical integration, this car manufacturer, no, he will go for purchase of tires. Oh, sorry, tier aitadu. Wait. What is the spelling of tire, sir? What is the spelling of tire, sir? Tire. Car manufacturer goes for the business of tire, or car manufacturer going for showroom business. Now, earlier, no, this Maruti car, for example, they were giving it to Abharan Motors or Bharat Cars. They were giving it to Abharan Motors. Now, instead of giving it to Abharan Motors, they start their own showroom. Earlier, they were purchasing tire from Seat Tires. Seat. Now, Maruti cars, they only purchase that Seat tire business. They are only manufacturing it. So, this is manufacturers. I mean, see, what is tire? Tire is raw material, no? Tire is raw material to car for manufacturing the car. And car showroom. Showroom is the outlet. It is outlet. See, after car, once it is manufactured, it will go to showroom. Before car, there is tire. This is called as, now car business, they go to tire business, then it is backward integration. This is backward integration. From car to showroom, this is forward. Backward integration and forward integration. Very important one, everyone. Here, now you see this. Horizontal direct investment is that to take place when the investor establishes the same type of business operation in a foreign country as it operates in its home country. Same type of business. Now Tata, JLR, same type of business both are. So now Tata is investing in JLR. What is this? This is horizontal. Horizontal direct investment. Now vertical investment. Before that, for example, a cell phone service provider based in United States moving to India to provide the same service. He is giving same service. That is foreign direct investment, that is horizontal. Now, sir, what is vertical? A vertical investment is one under which the investor establishes or acquires a business activity in the foreign country which is different from the investor's main business activity, yet in some way supplements its major activity. Yet it will supplement the major activity. It's a kind of major activity. It will help the major activity. For example, an automobile manufacturing company may acquire an interest in the foreign company that supplies the parts or raw material required for the company. This is vertical integration. So they will go for backward or they can go for forward also. That is vertical. See here. Correct. This is vertical integration. But what has happened here? This is horizontal integration. Horizontal FDI and vertical FDI. Okay, sir. Here. Next one, conglomerate type. That means there is no connection at all. I purchased altogether a new business. That is, there is no connection at all. Conglomerate type of foreign direct investment is one where an investor makes a foreign investment in a business that is unrelated to its existing business in its home country. This is often in the form of a joint venture with a foreign firm already operating in the industry. As the investor has no previous experience, investor is having no previous experience. This is conglomerate type. Yet another category of investment is two-way direct foreign investment. So this is, we have seen horizontal, backward, and conglomerate. Now there is one more type, two-way direct foreign investment, which are reciprocal investment between the countries. Reciprocal investment, that means I will invest in your country, you invest in my country. These investments occurs when some industries are more advanced in one nation, for example, the computer industry in United States, while other countries are more efficient in another nation, such as automobile industry in Japan. So now Japan will invest in US for manufacturing the for manufacturing what? For manufacturing the car. The US will invest in Japan for manufacturing the this one what computers. So this is about FDI. People remember about FDI. Very simple one. In FDI, the interest, the control will be taken by other person. That is foreign direct investment. And there is some point here. What is the important point? More than 10%. That should be there. And physical interest should be there. And not investing more on the shares, but instead real assets. And there are types here, conglomerate, uh, back, vertical and horizontal. Now the next one is FPI. After FDI, FPI. Do one thing, I'll give you 2 minutes. Go through the points once. I'll be back. Hello. The next point is FPI, foreign portfolio investment. FPI. Just like I said you, that is foreign direct investment. Now we have foreign portfolio investment. So what is this foreign portfolio investment, sir? Very simple point, which says that we are not investing on the this one. What do we say? So the foreign portfolio investment is flow of what economists call financial capital rather than real capital and does not involve ownership or control on the part of the investor. Just opposite of, it is the opposite of foreign direct investment. In foreign direct investment, we want ownership, but in FPI, we don't want the ownership. Ownership nahi chahiye. We just have the, yeah, we just have to have the interest or the profit. We just want the profit. Examples of foreign portfolio investment are the despite of funds in an Indian or British bank by an Italian company, the purchase of a bond, a certificate of indebtedness of a Swiss company or Swiss government by a citizen or a company based in France. Correct? No. So British bank, they are investing. See, it is nothing but the one example here. For foreign portfolio, no, it is the investment or the deposit of the funds in an Indian or British bank by a Italian company. Correct. Italian company is investing in India. This is foreign portfolio investment, specifically in case of shares it is. Unlike FDI portfolio capital, in general, it moves to the investment in the financial stock. Which one? Especially shares, no? We are investing in the stocks or bonds or other financial instruments. So, but remember, so it is largely by some individuals. They know in and out about the capital market. They only invest here. They are spoiling the market. See, the bonds and other financial instruments and is affected largely by the individuals and institutions through the mechanism of the capital market. Through capital market mechanism, no, they do this. These type of investments are called as what? We call it as the foreign portfolio investment. Okay. Now, foreign direct investment, no? If you do the foreign direct investment, immediately we cannot see the result. Immediate result we cannot see. Why? Because see the example, the outside, those countries, no, they are investing in our country. And can they see immediate result or can we see immediate result here? No, it will take time. But in case of FPI, you can see some immediate effect on the balance of payment. Okay. Why? Because they are not having any business here. Immediately they give money, they make money, they leave. So this is, these flows of the financial capital have their immediate effect on the balance of payment or exchange rate rather than on production of the income or income generation. See, foreign people, they are not bothered. In case of FPI, they are not bothered about Indian GDP. Why they want Indian GDP? They are investing in the shares. They take that money, they go away, run away. So here, foreign portfolio investment is not concerned with either manufacture of the goods or the provision of services. What is their main motto? So they don't have any intention to control your business, correct? Voting power, they don't want any voting power or controlling or managing the affairs of the company. So then what is their main motto or sole intention? That is profit. I want to earn the speculative profit. I invested, tomorrow I have to get money, I will leave, tata, bye-bye. So this is profit motive. Making profit is their main motto. See, so such investors do not have the intention of exercising voting power or controlling or managing the affairs of the company. The sole intention of the foreign portfolio investor is to earn a remunerative return through investment in the foreign securities and is primarily concerned about the safety of their capital. They just look for safety of their capital. and they don't see that your company has to grow. You give me profit, you give me income, I'll run away. That is their main agenda. The likelihood of appreciation in the value and return is generated, and the return generated. So this is one important point. Same way, logically, the portfolio capital moves to a recipient country which has revealed its potential for higher returns and profitability. Obviously, where I get more return or where I get more profit, no, there I will jump. Why will I stay in this company if it is not giving me any return? Correct. So that's why foreign portfolio investor, if they find that in India they get good return, they will be in India, then stay in India. If they come to know that India may they will not get good return, they will run away. The following international standards portfolio investment are characterized by lower stake in the companies with their total stake in the firm at below 10%. Remember, what happens if above 10% or equal to 10%, then it is FDI. It is also noteworthy that unlike FDIs, these investments are typically of short-term nature. See, FDI, foreign direct investment, no, that is long-term in nature. They will keep that for long period of time. That is long-term in nature. Obviously, they are investing in the fixed assets so that they cannot run away in between. But portfolio investments, no, that is short-term. Whenever they got the money, profit, they will escape. Okay. And therefore are not intended to enhance the productive capacity of the economy by the creation of capital asset. Portfolio investors will evaluate on a separate basis the prospectus of each independent unit in which they might invest and may often shift their capital with changes in these prospects. They'll see to it that there is some changes in these prospects. Whenever they see the change, they leave, escape. Therefore, portfolio investment are to a large extent expected to be speculative. Speculative means only for the purpose of making profit. Once investor confidence is shaken, such capital capital has a tendency to speedily shift from one country to another, occasionally creating financial crisis for host country. See, what is the crisis? How they create crisis, sir? Very simple. Example, I'll give you one example. Harshad Mehta ka example also we can take, but I'll give you one hypothetical example. Now, I gave you, okay, this is you. I gave you 50,000 rupees. And I say that, don't worry, I'll take it after 3 months. Until then, you can use it. Okay. What you have done? You have invested in ITC share. The share price has come down. The share price, no, has come down by 5 rupees. There is already how much? 500 rupees loss. There is 500 rupees loss. If it has come down by 5 rupees, think that 500, you are already into 500 rupees loss. Within, example, 20 days, within 20 days, no, this FPI, this FPI guy, he asked money. Mujhe money chahiye. Now already that 500 rupees has become 5,000 rupees ka loss. Can you take out money? Immediately, can you take out money? No, that will put some pressure on you. That will put some pressure on you. That's why here, listen. Occasionally creating financial crisis. This is nothing but financial crisis. So now the question is foreign direct investment versus foreign portfolio investment. So just differentiating between foreign direct and foreign portfolio investment. Difference. Foreign direct investment involves creation of the physical asset. Correct? No. I told you, they will invest in the company here. Physical asset. Investment is only in financial asset. Nothing but shares, bonds and debentures like this. Has a long-term interest and therefore remains invested for long. So FDI, they will have long-term interest on the company so that they will last for long. But only short-term interest. So they make profit, escape, stay. Relatively difficult to withdraw. Why? Because they have invested in land, labor, capital. like this. But here, very easy to withdraw because shares, no, sell it, escape. So here, their main motive is profit, but not speculation. But here, speculation. What is speculation? Nothing but only for the anticipation of profit. I want profit, that's all. Your company जाए भाड़ में, मुझे मेरा profit दो बाबा. So I want profit. Your uh, company, I don't know what happens to your company. I want my profit. मुझे profit चाहिए. Okay. Next one. Often accompanied by technological transfer. Why? Because see, if I am having one business there, then in that country, obviously I will transfer some technological know-how. That can happen, no? Yes. But not accompanied by technological transfer, only money transfer. So they will transfer money, but not technology. Technology, they won't transfer. Money, you want money, no? I'll give money. Give me money back. Ashte. Direct impact on employment of labor and wages. Why? Because see, labor. If I invest in that company, that will impact on the labor. That means employment increases, wages also increases, income also increases, demand also increases, like this. Business cycle, type of business cycle. No direct impact on employment of labor and wages. Which one? In case of FPI, there is no direct impact. Enduring interest in management and control. That is, this. FDI means they want the what? They want the investment. They want the management. They want to control that. But here they don't want the control. They just want the profit. Securities are held with significant degree of influence by the investors. They have a good influence on the company. But here, no significant degree of influence, investment. So which are done here. So these are the difference between FDI and FPI. Go to that FDI, FPI, the difference once. I'll just bring some water. हुआ क्या? डन. डाउट्स है कुछ नहीं सर. Now, reason for foreign direct investment, which is better, foreign direct investment or foreign portfolio investment? The reason for foreign direct investment, what is the reason? एक minute, huh? Okay, reason for foreign direct investment. As we know, economic prosperity and the relative abundance of the capital are necessary prerequisite for export of capital to another country. You should have good amount of money to export it to the other country, to give the money to other countries. See, that's what. If I have to give money to another person, then I should have so much of money. Many economies and organizations have accumulation of huge mass of reserve capital seeking profitable use. Many of case may in US, Brazil, or in UK, they have money. They just looking for some profitable investment where I can invest, sir. They are just looking for profitable use of it. The primary aim of economic agent being maximization of their economic interest. The opportunity to generate the profit available in other countries often entices such entities to make investment in other countries. So obviously the profit making opportunity is more in some countries. So that will make us to be attractive. That will make us to look that business as attractive, and we will do the business there. Correct now? Yes. So now there are many other reasons. There are many other reasons. Take a minute. Many other reasons as listed below for international capital movements which have found adequate empirical support in investment move across the border on account of why investment moves. So there are many reasons here why the investments move across the border. The increasing interdependence of the national economies and the consequent trade relations. First thing, dependence. We have depended on other economies for purchase, so that's why we transfer the goods. We transfer the goods, we transfer take the money also. Internationalization of the production. That means nowadays I'm not just producing in India, I'm producing in other country also. That is internationalization of production. Next one, desire to reap the economies of large scale of operation. See, if I have produced, see my capacity of production is example 10,000 units a day. 10,000 units. 10,000 units a day. That is my capacity. But I am producing not 10,000 units. Why? Because demand in India is only 7,000 units. Demand in India is only 7,000 units. That's why I'm not producing so much. If I get this 3,000 units from other country also, complete economies of scale I can do, no? Complete economies of scale that I can do. Next one. Next point, necessity to retain the direct control of production, knowledge or managerial skill. See, if I outsource this activity to someone in other country, so this country, our country and other country, if I outsource, I will have to teach them. I will have to teach them how to produce. Then they will understand, they will know that, and they will copy and they will use it. Take the disadvantage. That will be a disadvantage to my company. That's why government or the in case of foreign direct investment, what happens in FDI? Foreign direct investment may to necessary. I will start my company and my knowledge with myself. I cannot make others to copy that. The desire to produce a promising foreign firm to avoid future competition and the possible loss of export market. So desire to produce a promising foreign firm to avoid future competition. So if I help others to do that business, no, if I help others to doing the business, then they will do the business and they will outperform me. Instead, no competition. So what I'll do? I will do it on my own in other country. Risk diversification so that recessions or downturns may be experienced with reduced severity. Risk diversification so that, so what I can do, I can diversify the risk. Example, I have business in India, I have business in US. US market is crisis. There is crisis in the US market, but still I have business in India. No, India is the safest place in the world. You know this. India is the safest place in the world. Okay. There are many reasons to this. The possible saving in time and transport cost because of geographical proximity necessity to retain the complete control over its trade patents. So here, very important one. Time and transport. See, I have country in my country, I will produce and I will sell it in the market. Many places in the market outside India. Many places outside India. Arey, why I have to do that? Instead, I will have one more business here. Here only I will produce and I'll sell. No, distance I can save, time I can save. Okay. Okay. Next one, promoting optimal utilization of the physical, human, financial, and other resources. Promoting optimal utilization of physical resources, human resources, financial resources, other resources. Why? Because I have huge amount of, I told you, who will do the FDI? Who will do the FDI? The one who has money, that person will do the FDI. So that here I have more money. If I don't utilize it well, then what happens? If I don't utilize it well, then there is no optimal utilization of resources. No. For making optimum utilization of resources, I have to set up a business outside. Desire to capture large and rapidly growing, high potential emerging markets with substantially high and growing population. In India, population is there, but it is not, the Indian economy is not growing much. But if I go to US or other countries where the economy is also growing, I'll get good opportunity to flourish. The ease of penetration into the market of those countries that have established import restrictions. See, import, we have seen import tariff, correct? There is one country, this is border. This is the border of the country. To enter that market, there is one restriction, entry restrictions here. So I cannot sell the goods in that market. Instead, what I can do? I'll start business here. Here only I'll start the business. Here only I'll sell it. So stable political environment, that is also important. Now in India, we have stable political environment that will increase the FDI. Why? Because if there is the political environment is not stable, then a political environment is not stable. That will lead to what? That leads to the change in the economy or the change in the investment structure. Investment structure changes. That keeps changing. Profit also keeps changing. If profit keeps changing, the trust on that economy will reduce us. So that is now the political structure is very strong in India and it is already established one. The strategy to obtain control of strategic raw materials. So what we can do is, see, instead of importing the raw materials here, I will start my business there. I produce here and I'll export to myself. Importing raw materials, strategic raw materials are not available in abundance, sir. Don't worry. Start your business there. Okay. Or resources so as to ensure their uninterrupted supply at the lowest possible price, usually a form of vertical integration. What we can do is form of vertical integration. It's not, I don't purchase the raw materials, sir. I start my business there. That is the best idea. Okay. The existence of low relative wages in the host country because of relative labor abundance coupled with shortage and high cost of labor. Sometimes we cannot bring the labor here. Labor is cheap there. Then I have to produce there. There is no point in bringing the capital and labor, exporting the countries, especially when the production processes is labor intensive. So likewise, these are some of the important points here. Last 2-3 points. Lower level of economic efficiency in host country and identifiable gaps in the development. So host country, the level of economic efficiency in the host country is host country and identifiable gaps. Lower it is. Then to develop, we have to do some FDI. Tax differentials and tax policies. Example, in India, tax is very high, 40% tax. 30%, 40% is the tax. But in some country like Mauritius, Dubai, the tax rate is very less. So that I will start my business there and I will start producing there, selling there. Inevitability of defensive investment in order to preserve the firm's competitive position. So if I produce here and sell there, that person, the businessman in that country, what they can do, they can produce there and sell there. So what I have to do? It is inevitable for me to produce here. Instead of producing here, I can go there and produce there. It is inevitable. Otherwise, market share to gaya. Market share means what? I am the biggest seller in that country. That share, no, or that advantage I will not get. Right? High gross domestic product and high per capita income coupled with higher rate of growth. There are also other philanthropic objectives such as strengthening the socio-economic infrastructure, elevation of the poverty, maintenance of the ecological balance of the host country. So these are host country. What is home country? See, I am from India. Home country is India. Host country, I go to China. I do my business there. That is home country. I hope you are getting this. Yes. Okay. I'll give you 2 minutes. Go through all these points once again. I'll be back. Yes. So now, what are the modes of foreign direct investment? So FDI करना है तो कैसे करें sir? What are the modes? How we can do the foreign direct investment? Modes of foreign direct investment. Foreign direct investments can be made in variety of ways, such as opening of subsidiary or associate company that we have seen. If you open one subsidiary there, that is one type. Or you can put some shares. You can invest in the shares also. Okay. Or you just take the control. Don't invest in shares. Don't do the business. You just take the controlling interest, acquiring controlling interest. Or what you can do is merger and acquisition. Already there is one company. You acquire that company. Acquiring in the sense purchasing that company. You purchase that company itself. Or what you can do? Sir, I'm not purchasing the company, sir. I want to merge with that company. That means mergers. I can go for merger, M&A, joint venture also. What is joint venture? You already know what is joint venture. No, no. Okay, jointly A company, B company. They jointly go for one venture. The venture, some activity. So that is joint venture with a foreign company. Greenfield investment. What is greenfield? There are two types, greenfield and brownfield. Greenfield means a new investment. That is greenfield investment. So establishment of new overseas affiliate for the freshly starting production by a parent company. Fresh start it is. That is greenfield. What is brownfield investment? Of a form of FDI which makes use of existing infrastructure by merging, acquiring or leasing instead of developing a completely new one. So we will merge with the other company instead of developing completely new product, new business. So India 100% FDI under automatic route is allowed in brownfield airport project. The brownfield, that means if any company they want to acquire the airport, so the government says 100% allowed. So this is about some of the types, modes. What are the benefits of foreign direct investments? What are the benefits here? The benefits from and concern about FDI are widely discussed and well documented. So what are the advantages? We have already seen some advantages while recognizing the fact that there are also benefits and cost to the home country from capital outflow. There is cost also to the home country from the capital outflow. In this unit, we focus only on the host country effect. What is host country effect? See, I told you, I am from India. I am from India. I'll invest in US. This is home country. I am from India, no? Home country. I am investing in US, no? Host country. I am hosting in US. So I am just looking at what are the host country effect of FDI with particular attention to the developing countries. So as a developing country, what are the effects? So that I am looking at. Following are the benefits ascribed to the foreign investment. What are the benefits? Number one, people, we have already seen all these things. Okay. So first benefit is that it will foster the competition, generate a competitive environment. Earlier, there was monopoly. Think, there was monopoly. Now there is competition. No, if there is more competition in the host country, a good amount of development which will happen. If there is no competition, there is no development. That you already know. Okay. So they are compelled to compete with the foreign enterprises operating in the domestic market. It also ensures wider choice and welfare for the consumers. Why? Because good product, good quality products, high quality products, improved products are coming. That will affect the life of the people. Okay. So one of the important point here. Wait. Okay. Next one. See, my money is not enough. Think that my money, I have to do one business. The money which I already have in the pocket, no, that is not enough. What I'll do, I will collect the money from others. That means more flow of the investment than already what we have. Domestic savings is not enough. Then we will get more investment from other countries. So this is one idea, correct? No. At the same time, what FDI will do, sir? So it will give us the capital. I told you savings is not enough. It will give the capital. Will it give only capital? No. It will educate people in India. A new technology, new know-how, new management skills, marketing methods, correct? No. Technology, know-how, management skill, marketing methods, critical human capital skills in the form of managers and technicians. That is also available. That's why they will develop, their developing country will develop more now. Next one. Uh, See, we have seen that. What is FDI? They are doing the business in India, not as some a temporary purpose. That is for permanent purpose. In case if they are doing business in India for permanent purpose, definitely they are going to generate some employment that is going to help our country, the people of our country, the income increases, employment increases. A good initiative, no, since involves setting up of the production base, it generates direct employment in the recipient country. Direct employment in the country that will get increased. FDI not only creates direct employment opportunities, but also through backward and forward linkages generates indirect employment opportunities. That means, example, foreign country, they will start business in India. They give employment to the people in India. The employment people, they get more money. If they get more money, they spend more. If they spend more, demand increases. The production of the product increases again. Employment of that sector also increases. This is indirect employment. Foreign corporation provide better access to the foreign market. So it will give better access to the foreign market. Unlike portfolio investment, FDI generally entails the people-to-people relation, P2P relation, and is usually considered as a promoter of bilateral and international relations. So a good relation happens between the countries because of FDI. That is why FDI is encouraged, because it is long-term relation, not short-term. Okay. And one more, if a good company has come to India, so any goods which are related to that goods, no, that will develop in India. That means ancillary goods. See, ancillary units resulting in job creation and skill development for the workers. Promotion of ancillary units, those units which are helping the company which has come to India, so they also get some good benefits. Okay. Next one. Foreign enterprises possessing marketing information with their global network of the marketing are in a unique position to utilize these strengths to promote the exports of the developing countries. Export of the developing country is increased. Okay. That means marketing skills. The new marketing skills has come. If the host country is in the position to implement the effective tax measures, the foreign investment policies would also would act as source of new tax. Correct? No. See, a new company has come to India, foreign direct investment. Their income increases. That means they have to pay tax in India also. They have to pay tax in India, no. Indian income it is. 1 point. It is likely that foreign investment enters into the industries in which economies of scale can be realized so that consumer prices may be reduced. Domestic firms might not always be able to generate the necessary capital to achieve the cost reduction associated with the large scale production. See, the demand, domestic demand is not enough. Okay. If the domestic demand is not enough, then what we have to do? We have to sort to some other kind of demands or someone else. We have to ask someone else, please give us some amount or demand. For that, what we will do? We will invest in that country. Domestic demand is not enough. Increased competition resulting from the inflow of the foreign direct investments facilitates weakening of the market power of the domestic monopolies, resulting in a possible increase in the output and fall in the prices. Output increases, prices will fall. fall in the prices, output will definitely increase. Increased competition. There is good competition here. Okay. So this is about some of the points. That is why advantages or effects on the home country. Correct, no? So I'll be here. Go through that points now. I'll be here. I'll sit here. You have to go through that points now. I'm here. I'll be here. Wow. Okay. You tell me one thing. Which was better, BCK or extended economics? Extended economics or BCK? चलो चलो बताओ बताओ. BCK was better. Is it? Is it? BCK. Okay. Why BCK was better? क्यों? Why not economics? BCK, sir, we could have written something. See, BCK, when it comes to BCK, no, it is more general topics there. At least you can guess. But here, when it comes to this, no, I agree with your points. But here it is more of theory. Some chapters are more of theory. Some chapters are practical. Next chapter, no, eighth chapter, which we are doing. So it is literally a very good chapter it is. ಸರ್ ಹೈಪ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಯಾಕೋ ಡೌಟ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಹೌದಾ is it okay you have any other classes in between or only this YouTube classes any other classes in between like you had any other subjects like um I think yes no morning you have classes YouTube वाला classes है आपको no only 2 hours a day that is this one okay then fine huh okay next one some of the problems which are there in FDI so potential problems which are there in associated with the foreign direct investment so that we will see and we will wind up the class don't worry we will see all these points that means this class this chapter is lesson is done no this lesson will be done okay potential problems associated with the foreign direct investment. So what are the potential problems? In the above section, we have seen that a wide variety of benefits may result from an inflow of the foreign direct investment. Wide variety of benefits may result. These gain do not occur in all cases. Everyone will not get this gains, nor do they occur in the same magnitude. Some will get the gain, some will not get the gain, not in the same magnitude. So some will be more advantageous and some countries are less advantageous. Despite the argument in the favor of FDI, many are highly critical of the impact of foreign capital, especially on developing economies. So the foreign capital have very serious effects on developing economy. They argue that foreign entities are highly focused on profits and have an eye on exploiting the natural resources and are almost always not genuinely interested in the development of the needs of the host country. Correct? No. If you are going to others place, I always I keep telling students that, see, when you are going to some public place, don't spoil that public place. So if possible, contribute, don't spoil it. Correct. No. Same that you go to any college. College may you look at the bench or desk, what they write on that. It is like rough book. They go on writing on the desk and bench, yeah. To that extent, in some colleges, I have seen the washroom. Washroom, wow, Narayan, Narayan. So we have to, you cannot read that. And what is there in the minds of the students? ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಏನಿದೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುವಂಥದ್ದು. ವಾಶ್ರೂಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಬರ್ದಿಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಕೃಷ್ಣ. ಅದೇ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟಿವಿಟಿ. Telling you, it's not creativity. Thank God the Trisha students are well-mannered students. Thank you that you guys are well-mannered students. And in the washroom may students don't write anything. I have seen something very interesting in the washroom, a boys washroom. Someone has written formula. I don't know why he has written the formula. 2x plus 3x, something he has written uh, on the wall. So much desperate, I guess. So he was very much interested to know what is the answer. I think he has written the formula and he tried solving that. Okay, Trisha students, well-mannered students. I definitely vouch that. And some colleges and some schools, no, for exam purpose, is it? Aditya, you might be right here. For exam purpose, he might have written for that purpose. Notorious students, but vulgar things are not there. Okay, yeah, not you, I know, huh? Vulgar things are not there, no? That is what important. See, any colleges or any schools, we don't, especially me, I don't look at I don't ask the students how you are, who you are, or what about your hobbies. I don't ask the students. If you see their bench or desk, no, that will definitely tell their behavior. That definitely tell their interest. Look at the bench and desk. What they write, some students will write the dialogues. Some students write something very vulgar things, all these things. Okay. But anyways, the Trisha students well-mannered, and I'm sure that Trisha students never do all these things. Okay. Maintain that. Kudos to you all. And love you guys. Okay. Foreign capital is, okay. Ek minute. So here, foreign capital is foreign capital is perceived by the crisis as an instrument of the instrument of the imperialism. So perpetrator and dependence and the source of inequality between and within the nation, source of inequality also. So all these things will give rise to, I mean, FDI will give rise to all these things. Following are the general arguments which are put forth against the entry of foreign capital. First one, FDI is likely to concentrate on the capital intensive methods of the production and service, so that they need to hire only relatively few workers. They look for the market, but they don't want to give the more employment. They don't want. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬೇಡ ಅದು. So that's why we think that it will create employment. No, they will go for more capital intensive method. So they just want the market. Next one, FDI flows to move towards the region. It flows towards the region or states which are well endowed in the natural resources. Well endowed in the natural resources. They want to keep more concentration on natural resources. They definitely exploit the natural resources. Okay. Next one, point number 3. In the context of developing countries, it is usually alleged that inflow of foreign capital may cause domestic government to slow down its efforts to generate more domestic savings. So it will not create any domestic savings, and the government is focused on more on foreign reserve and foreign investment. Slow down its efforts to generate more domestic savings. This is one more effect. Point number 4. Often the foreign firms may partly finance their domestic investment by borrowing the funds. Domestic investment by borrowing the funds in the host country's capital market. This action can raise the interest rate in the host country and leads to crowding out. You know what is crowding out? The foreign companies, they come to India, they take the loan from India, and it leads to the increase in the interest rate in India. That leads to crowding out. When the imported inputs need to be obtained or when profits are repatriated. What is repatriated? Foreign companies come here, they do the profit, they repatriate. Nothing but they take the profits to their home country. Repatriated, a strain is placed on the host country's balance of payments and the home currency, leading to its depreciation. Home currency depreciates. That is what we are sure. Correct? No. Such instabilities jeopardize long-term economic planning. That will affect our economic planning, long-term economic planning. Next one, jobs that require expertise and entrepreneurial skills for creative decision making may generally be retained in the home country, and therefore the host country is left with the routine management. See, we discussed that it will improve the technical skills, but what they do, they use idea. What is technically very important one, that they do it in their country. What they do here, only managerial things. Day-to-day routine management, that is given to the people here. High profit orientation of the foreign direct investors tend to promote a distorted pattern of production and investment, such that production could get concentrated on items of the elite and popular consumption and on non-essential items. See, those people from other country, they enter here and they do the business and they are exploiting the resources in India. What they do, they produce what they want, not what we want. They use our resources for producing what they want or where the profit is high. They don't give importance for essential items. Point 8. Foreign entities are usually accused of being anti-ethical, as they frequently resort to the methods like aggressive advertising and anti-competitive practices which would induce market distortion. They always try to destroy the market. Anti-competitive advertisement. So thus they just see that they just make sure that they persuade more of our people here, and they don't bother about the emotions. Next one. A large foreign firm with deep pocket may undercut a competitive local industries because of various advantages such as technology possessed by it, and may even drive out domestic firms from the industry, resulting in serious problems of displacement of the labor. What it does? See, now the foreign country, no, foreign government or foreign people, they enter here and with the deep pocket. What is deep pocket? Good profit. They already have some reserves. They come here and they, for various advantage, they take the advantage and they have the advantage. They start exploiting our country. The foreign firms may also exercise a high degree of market power and exit as monopolist with all the accompanying disadvantages of the monopoly. So they put all the monopoly disadvantage in our country and they exit. Okay. So continuance of lower labor and environmental standards in the host countries is highly appreciated by the profit-seeking foreign enterprises. They come to know that our country may that the labor, no, they are not more organized. They come to know that we are not organized. When they come to know that we are not organized, they take the undue advantage of it. They start exploiting. Next, at times there is potential national security consideration involved when the foreign firms function in the territory of the host country, especially when acute hostilities prevail. So we allow other country, now example Pakistan, we allow Pakistan to enter here and start the business. They start the business. They don't know what, we don't know what business they are starting here. Bomb manufacturing, that might happen. So that is national protection. National security is also under threat. FDI may have adverse impact on the host country's commodity terms of trade. This could occur if the investment go into the production of export-oriented goods and country is a large country in the sale of its exports. See, what a country will enter here, they produce and they will export the goods to their country. Arey, what we do? Naven madudu mantinoda illi. This is one disadvantage. FDI is also held responsible by many for ruthless exploitations of the natural resources and the possible environmental damages. So they look for the natural resources, they do the damages, environmental damages, they do it. Perhaps the most disturbing of the various charges levied against the foreign direct investment is that large foreign investment sector can exert excessive amount of power in variety of ways so that there is potential loss of control by the host country over domestic policies. Host country over the domestic policies, no? They exert many potential losses. So variety of ways may they start exploiting. This is one point. No general assessment can be made regarding whether the benefit of FDI outweigh the cost, which is good. Benefit is more or cost is more, that we cannot calculate. It is very difficult to assess. Each country's situation and each firm's investment must be examined in the light of various considerations and a judgment about the desirability or otherwise of the investment should be arrived at. We have to see that which is cost benefit analysis. We have to see that which is more beneficial and which is more costly. Many safeguard and performance requirement are put in place by developed and developing countries. We will put some safeguard measures. See, I told you automatic route, 100% FDI, 50% FDI, 45% FDI, like this, 75% FDI. So that can be done. Not in some cases, there is no FDI. For example, real estate. There is only approved, no automatic FDI. Few examples are domestic content requirement on inputs, reservation of certain key sectors to domestic firms, requirement of minimum % of local employees, ceiling on repatriation of the profits, etc. They will put restriction for all these things. So these are disadvantages. And there is one more topic which is missing here. I did not put that here. Why, sir? People, can you listen to me? Yes. Okay. Why I did not deliberately put that here? Because that is some recent developments in FDI. Recent developments in FDI that I did not put it purposefully. Why? Because that is completely related to your memory. So you have to go on looking at where there is FDI, where there is no FDI, government has done where, in which country we have done more FDI, less FDI, which product may we have done the FDI, like this. That you just look at it and you just let me know if you want to know some of the points in that. Okay. So that is about today's class, everyone. Thank you so much for your patient listening. Now the portal is open for the doubts. Doubts hai aapko? If you don't have any doubts, then you can leave. Everyone, thank you so much. We'll meet again in tomorrow's class with that interesting chapter. Tomorrow we have class, no? Yes, we have class. Tomorrow we have class with the interesting chapter. Please do attend. Everyone, thank you so much. Ram Ram. Jai Shri Ram. Krishna Vasudeva Indra Paramatma Krishna Sai Govinda